Sugar and sugar are wonderful things. The praises to Allah we should always sing. When things go right, it's from Him, not me. And when they are wrong, we get patient. I got out of bed, began to move. Bumped into some folks and we started to talk. Did you hear about the kid and the bloodshed, the steam? The grass got burnt on the other side. Soldiers are coming, people are running. All that's left is the orphan child. Summer and sugar are wonderful things. The praises to Allah we should always sing. When things go right, it's from Him, not me. And when they are wrong, we get through patiently. I open my eyes and begin to see everything that's happening around me. What seemed half empty now seems so full. There's no use crying over what's been spilled. While babies are dying, mothers are crying. Their containers have never ever been filled. Summer and sugar are wonderful things. Summer and sugar are wonderful things. I opened my eyes, began to see everything that's happening around me.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. My name is Abdullah Hussein from Kusuru, Nagidesi. I'll be your host for today's event. And with me in the studio are my co-hosts, Please introduce yourselves.
I am Abdulrashid from Agege.
So I've already on our video. I've already on our video.
We want to especially welcome all our viewers.
No. I'm just checking.
On the World Day for the Prevention of Child Abuse.
This is the United Nations and recognized annual of every November 19th to create awareness about the rights of children across the globe. In line with this, young team associations TYMa usually host a week-long event to mark this day and create awareness about child rights in Nigeria and around the world. The 2024 edition is the 6th edition, which commenced yesterday with special Jumat prayer service across central mosques in Nigeria. And the theme for this year's edition is your role in stopping child molestation. Every child deserves your protection.
This year's edition is packed with Jumat prayer, webinar as we are having now, awareness work tomorrow in Lagos, Ogun State, Oyo State, Osun State, Kwara State, and Abuja, as well as advocacy across Nigeria. Advocacy involves attending sections in various schools and plenary sections in federal and state House of Assembly. Once again, we want to welcome you all to this great event by saying Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam.
You have more opportunity to get everything. You understand? Because of this delay. Don't tell me any story.
Sister, she felt at Next thing on our agenda today is opening dua by our sister Shifa Abdulaziz from Abuja.
Abuja, over to you.
Don't disturb me. Go and talk to him. Don't come to me.
Abuja, over to you.
Next thing on our agenda today is opening dua by our sister Shifa Abdulaziz from Abuja.
You're supposed to be careful. Oh, yeah. The file is still provided.
Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam.
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you. But we can't see you, but we can hear you. Please proceed.
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Wa alaikum salam.
We can hear you.
Now, let's start.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin.
Hello.
Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Amen. We ask Allah to guide us and make this program a successful for every one of us. Amen.
Amen.
Now we are going to introduce our guests in the house. First of all, we have the National Coordinator of the Young Muslim Association, Dr. Abdulghani Adelopo. In the house, we have the Director of Women Development of Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, Mrs. Priya Kinde Cruz. She is not here, but she has some representative, Mrs. Saratu Salau and Mrs. Husseina Jima. And last but not least, we have the former National Coordinator, Dr. Muslihuddin Ulewa. Now we are going to move on to the next thing on the agenda, which is the Quran recitation. We are going to listen from the recitation of the Quran from our brother Abdullah Tajuddin from Kwara State. Brother Abdullah Tajuddin from Kwara State.
People should keep quiet.
Brother Farid, please, can you give us a recitation from the Quran?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله
Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
الرحمن الرحيم إذا الشمس كورت وإذا النجوم انقدرت وإذا البحار فجرت وإذا النجوم بعثرت علمت نفس ما قدمت وأخرت يا أيها الإنسان إنك قادر إلى ربك قدرا فملاقيه فأما من أوتي كتابه بيمينه ولا سوف تعلم حسابا يسيرا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Assalamu alaikum.
قل أوحي إلي أن استمع نفر من الجن فقالوا إنا سمعنا قرآنا عجبا يهدي إلى الرشد فآمنا به ومن يؤمن بربه
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها النبي لم تحرم ما أحل الله لك تبتغي مرضات أزواجك والله غفور رحيم قد فرض الله لكم تحلة أيمانكم والله مولاهم وهو العليم الحكيم وإذ أسر النبي إلى بعض أزواجه حديثا فلما نبهت به وأظهره الله عليه أعرف بعده وأعرض عن بعد فلما نبهها به قالت من أنبأك هذا قال نبأني العليم الخبير إن تتوبا إلى الله فقد صغت قلوبكما وإن تظاهر عليه فإن الله هو مولاه وجبريل وصالح المؤمنين والملائكة بعد ذلك ظهير صدق الله العظيم.
We are going to be having someone that will read the Quran in English. So we have our sister Rumeisa Abdul Rahuf from Abuja. Sister Rumeisa Abdul Rahuf from Abuja. Sister Rumeisa Abdul Rahuf from Abuja. Sister Rumeisa Abdul Rahuf from Abuja.
Surah Al-An'am, we come and we ask what Allah has really prohibited you from. Join not anything as equal to him. Be good to your parents. Kill not your children on a plea of want. We provide substance for you and for them. Come not night to shameful deeds, whether open or secret. Take not life which Allah has made sacred, except by the way of justice and law. Those do he command, that you may learn wisdom. Truth is the word of Allah.
So we are going to have another recitation from the Quran, Yoruba language, by our sister Afsa Ashimiyu from Osogbo.
السلام عليكم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين.
Now, in our agenda, we are representing the national coordinator workers in the person of Dr. Abdul Ghani Adeloko. Now, in our agenda, representing the national coordinator welcome speech in the person of Dr. Abdul Ghani Adeloko.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. We thank Almighty Allah for His blessing on us, giving us the opportunity to witness today. We are grateful for the opportunity to be part of this great occasion. It is Again, today's active half of TYMa, Nigeria, and the global. It is a pleasure to welcome us to the event that is organized against all forms of child abuse. Continuously, we have worked with several international and local bodies to push on the message that all child deserve to be protected against child abuse. Child abuse had been common within nooks and crannies of the environment, whether from the school, you have the school bullying, in the house, you have juvenile delinquency. And these are things that are causing a great havoc to the future of tomorrow. The TYMa as an organization sees it as an opportunity to protect and ensure that our future are brightened by committing our energy, using the children, the parents, to work against child abuse. We say no to any form of child molestation. All child deserve our care and protection. And for this year, we have laid together an array of activities that will ensure a synchronization of ideas from the children to the ministry to all participants. Yesterday, we went spiritual, while we went to almost 100 mosques all over Nigeria, seeking that the religious body echo the statement of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam about the children being the bedrock of the society. Today, we are organizing a webinar where the children are leading and anchoring, and we have called elder scholar to actually facilitate the learning process. Tomorrow will be on advocacy, where we'll be working around 6 states all over Nigeria, making a statement that our children deserve a better life. Join us in pushing up this agenda and making sure that the world together stand up against all forms of molestation. I will not stop my speech today without making reflection of what is happening to Gaza, Lebanon, Syria, where children, a large population, being decimated by continuous bombing of houses, of infrastructure. The UN have condemned it, and we at TYMa also stand with the world to say no to killing of children out of self-defense. The futures of these children depend on us. The trauma they go through will eventually haunt the world if the situation is not reversed. I want to welcome us all and wish us an interesting engagement. Thank you for being part of this occasion. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Let's say a very big jazakumullahu khairan to our coordinator. Jazakumullahu khairan.
Now we're going to be having Goodwill message by Ms. Saratu Salau from the representative of Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, representing the Director of Women Development of Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, Mrs. Priya Inde.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I'm happy to be part of this great event and achievement. May Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant all our requests and make it for us as an act of ibadah. A goodwill message from the Honorable Minister of Women Affairs, Imam Suleiman Ibrahim. On behalf of the Ministry of Women Affairs, I extend heartfelt greetings to all citizens and partners in the ongoing fight against children molestation. Every child deserves a life of safety, dignity, and opportunity, free from abuse and exploitation. It is our collective responsibility to ensure that the rights of children are not only protected, but also championed at every level of society. Child molestation is a grave violation that leaves lasting scars on innocent lives. It is essential that we all come together as a community to create a safer environment for every child. This requires the unwavering commitment of families, institutions, alike. No perpetrators of such heinous of women affairs stands firm all forms of violence against children and to protect the most vulnerable members of our society and give every child the chance to grow in an environment of love, respect, and safety. Remember, protecting a child today ensures a brighter, safer tomorrow for our society and the world at large. Every child deserves your protection. Let us act now with compassion and determination to make this vision a reality. May Almighty Allah reward us all. Thank you. And I'm happy to be part of this. Thank you.
Next on the agenda today is lecture. About the lecture, Dr. Olajobi is an accredited trainer and management consultant. He is a senior partner and the director of learning and development at the nearby Victoria Island, Lagos, where he also jobs as visiting physical therapist. He works with the management of Marital Medical Center, Surulere, as the Deputy Medical Director, having served for almost a decade with the Lagos State Health Service Commission as a Senior Medical Officer. As a senior partner, is a performance change management consultant at Neuro's Concept, a change and health management consulting firm that focuses on performance and change management, coaching for career people, amongst other things. In part-time capacity, he is a member of faculty at Technology Institute, USA, where he facilitates the e-learning of many MBA students for great career success. He is also a visiting imam at the Global Islamic Center at Adeni Jones, Ikeja, Lagos. A trained psychotherapist and a member of the International Psychotherapy Institute. He studied medicine at the prestigious University of Lagos and also has an MSc in physiology from Liverpool General University. He sits on the board of Cellular Health Initiative, Lagos, Brainy Educare Services, the Outliers Schools, the Christ Care Foundation, and several others. He is the author of the motivational maths book, I Am Loving This Maths, with a diploma in change management and an advanced diploma in human capital management from Midland. is the founder and president of Reviving Patriotic Values Initiative, RPVI, a not-for-profit organization that is passionate about youth development and nation building. Is happily married with children. You are welcome to the item. Over to you, sir. Dr. Olajobi, over to you, sir.
Introduce the peers. While we await the doctor, I want to introduce the Permanent Secretary of Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development of Ogun State, who is here with us, Engineer Shakiruddin Salam.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Hello.
Hello, assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development of the State, Engineer Shakiruddin Salam, representing Honorable Commissioner of the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development of the State. He is one of our guests, so please let us recognize his presence.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Well, thank you very much. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin for being part of this very important and epoch-making occasion. I am here in the capacity of representing my Honorable Commissioner, Tamplana Olatunji Odunlami, who is not available to attend this occasion. And because of the passion that he has for this program and the cause of this organization, he has asked me to represent him. I can see that he's very passionate about it, and if not for the state function that is happening in Ogun State today, he will have been, physically been part of this occasion. So please accept his apology for not being able to be physically present. However, as the Parliament Secretary, I am representing him, and first of all, Honorable Commissioner is congratulating you for commemorating this day and for the topic that you have chosen, your roles in stopping child molestation. Every child deserves your protection. This topic presupposes the understanding that we have a problem at our hand, a critical one, child molestation, which we must all rise against and tackle. Especially we as adults, we have serious roles to play. I don't want to preempt the guest lecturer on what he has to deliver. But however, let me just know that molestation is a form of sexual abuse involving unwanted or inappropriate physical contact with a minor or vulnerable individual. In this context, I refer a child to a person below the age of 16. So we have obligation to protect this category of people because they are our future. If our children are abused, if they are depressed or tortured, then our future is in danger. Our hope is dashed and our secure is not secure. So we have roles as adults, to secure this future. Because the present generation of adults, they inherited good legacies from their fathers and forefathers or grandfathers, to have their future, which is today. And as a result, we should bequeath a great legacy for the coming generation, because that's our future. So as parents, we have roles. As in-local parents, that is people that assume the role of parents who are not biological parents, we have roles to play too. As Muslims, we have roles to play. But this, more or less, is a Muslim gathering, which is also, being part of this world event. And as a child, we have roles. So as an adult, because I don't want to, talk too much so as not to, preempt the guest lecturer, we need to volunteer. As parents, we need to volunteer time, and to discipline carefully and lovingly. Teach our children the right thing and let them know their rights. That we support any program that is aimed at preventing, the right or protecting the right of the children, like the ones that we are doing now. So as in local parents, we should see our children as our own, because if we will not molest our children, then we have no right to molest other people's children. Show concern and displeasure if you see any child going wayward, and defend the right of the children. As Muslims, we have to be good and God-fearing, practicing Muslims, abstain from what Allah has prohibited, and also show good examples. As a child, we have to avoid satanic gatherings, because if you don't associate with good company, as instructed by the Holy Quran, that you should be with the company of the righteous, you have that vulnerability, to be a victim of this child molestation, or this bad thing. So as a child, you avoid gatherings that are not Islamic, that are not godly, and you avoid friends that are misleading. Be modest for others, and we report cases to authorities. As a government has programs and policies which protect child rights, and that's why we have agencies like the Ministry of Social Development, Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development. We can leverage, the programs of these ministries. And I want to believe that this ministry cut across the Southwest, at least as far as I know. And luckily, we have a representative of the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs. That means that it's a national, agents that cut across the whole nation. So they have programs supported by United Nations, which you cannot tap into and benefit from in the interest of these children. So without wanting to take much more time, I bring the goodwill of our Honorary Commissioner. I wish you success in the lineup of your programs or events, and wish that we celebrate many more of this on Earth. So thank you very much, and God bless you all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
We thank our Father for the just completed Goodwill message. Now we want to listen to our lecturer, Dr. Olajobi.
لا شريك لك
We now want to listen to our Father, Dr. Olajobi.
لك والملك لا شريك لك. Lord, I am just a simple man trying hard to understand where's my place in your great plan. Oh Lord, help us man.
Dr. Olajobi Owelemo.
This time, like the grain of sand slipping through the palm of my hand, I realize I need to make amends. Oh Lord, mistakes I've made along the way. Come feed my eyes, I pray. And I wonder, how merciful can you be? Oh Lord, send me your mercy, send me your peace, or I am lost.
Our lecturer is having a problem, so please hold on for us.
I have been wondering so, wondering about what do I know about this life and where do I go after I die? How can it be so? And some people say that it all ends when into my grave I descend. But how can my aim of heaven be fulfilled when my only wish is to be with my Lord? Here I am, pleading at your door. Send me your mercy, send me your peace, oh I am lost for sure. Oh, here I am.
Now, we want to have a little Quran quiz. It is 10 seconds per questions. Number 1. The Quran consists of dash chapters. Remember, 10 seconds. Your time starts now. The Quran, let me say the question again. The Quran consists of dash chapters. Remember, YouTubers, go and check on TYMa channel. The Quran consists of dash chapters. Question 2. Which chapter was read at the beginning of this webinar session? Question 2. Which chapter was read at the beginning of this webinar session? Now, before our lecturer comes, let us have a little Quran quiz. Remember, 10 seconds per question. Question 1. The Quran consists of dash chapters. Please go put it in the TYMa channel. Question 2. Which chapter was read at the beginning of this webinar session? Question 2. Which chapter was read at the beginning of this webinar session?
Assalamu alaikum.
We now welcome our lecturer, person of Dr. Olajobi. You are highly welcome, sir.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Okay, it's nice to be with you guys. I have about 10 minutes to be with you, so I needed to listen attentively. I pray to Allah to make this a rewarding outing for you and for me too. Okay, so I'm talking about, like you've been told, child molestation. How should you behave to be able to prevent yourself from this menace? A menace is anything that is bad, it's evil, it's something that will go against growth, it's dangerous, okay? So this particular challenge, child molestation, assault, somebody doing something to a child. A child is anybody below the age of 12. However, even teenagers are treated as minor. They are children. Okay, even as I am in my 50s, I'm a child of my mother. But you are actually children and you're minor because you're not yet 18. So what are the things you need to protect yourself? Number one, you need to understand there is safe and unsafe touch. I hope you get that. There is safe and unsafe touch. You should know that there is a way people can touch you, either you're a boy or girl. That's unsafe. All right? If somebody handshakes you, it's fine. If you are a girl, if a man like me touches you on the shoulder or takes his hand across your neck, it's unsafe. Okay? It's unsafe. Because of I'm not going to be able to go into so much details, but I want to touch all the areas that are critical. A man touches the girl, even if a man touches the girl, even if a man touches a boy too, touches you on your bum, is unsafe. Touches you in your private part is unsafe. And then also actions that are unsafe, other actions that are unsafe, like if a man follows a small girl into a room where you are the only one that is there with the man, is unsafe. Even a boy, if a man takes you to a room where nobody can easily come to, is unsafe. Because now we know that what they do to girls, they can do it to boys too. So if you see that this place, nobody can come there easily, it's not easily accessible to other people, then it's unsafe for you to stay in that kind of place. Don't think, oh, I'm smart, or don't think, oh, it's Dr. Olajobi. Dr. Olajobi is a human being. I am Dr. Olajobi, okay? And I'm talking about unsafe actions, unsafe things, and child molestation. It doesn't mean that you have the license to stay in the room with me alone. If I say I'm a doctor and I'm a child protection safety expert, and I stay in a room with a girl alone and the door is closed, it's unsafe. You won't say, oh, it's Dr. Olajobi now. He's a good man. There's nothing like that. Because even a good man, Shaitan can use a good man. So I need you to understand the mindset of safety in this regard. There's something called universal precaution. Universal precaution means that whether the person is a good person or a bad person, you are not going to just stay with the person in a secluded environment. So there's a room where nobody is inside. You cannot stay in that room with that man. Even sometimes, even women, because we've seen some women who have molested some girls too. So you have to know that staying in the room alone is maybe a dangerous action with another person, another adult. If the adult tells you, so there is nothing like a secret conversation. So between you and an adult, something happened, and the adult tells you it is secret, keep it secret. You have to tell someone that matters, like your parents, your father, your mother, or your teacher, except you suspect that this teacher and that teacher are friends. You may not do what is supposed to do. And then that person will now know that you are the secret. Okay? If somebody does something to you too, and then it tells you, if you tell anybody, you're going to die, know that you have just to let the person know that you are ready to die. In fact, you are dead. You can't say what has happened to you. Don't think because you're a small child, you can't be bold. You must be bold because your life has been destroyed in your own eyes. If an adult tells you something happened between you and the adult, even if it is me, and I tell you keep it secret, it's a lie. You must tell someone about it. Tell your father, tell your mother. Some people will molest a little child or girl or boy, and they will tell the boy, don't tell anybody. You tell somebody you're going to die, or I will deal with you. It's a lie. I cannot deal with you. You need to know that your life is only in the hands of God, and you don't keep things secret. Anything that you're not comfortable with, you must tell somebody that matters, like your parents. Okay. Also, you must stay alert. If you are in a class with your teacher and you're the only one there, okay, or an uncle or an aunt, if the person does something that you feel you're uncomfortable with, you have to speak loud. Either you shout or you say, "Oh, uncle, I'm not comfortable with that." Oh, don't worry, it's not. It is something because you're not comfortable with it, and Allah will protect you if you speak up. Okay? Then also, as adults, we definitely need to teach you people on how to react. Because sometimes when we don't teach you and we don't role play it, role play means that we practice it and make you okay, so if this happens, what are you going to do? And then we try to make you feel like it's going to happen or it's happening. And then we need you to react. So if we do this, it prepares your mind. So now I'm talking to the parents, the caregivers now, and the teachers. We need to role play how we want these children to react when dangerous things happen. Something that is unpleasant happens to them. They need to react. How will they know how to react if we have not role played it? So we need to role play it. We also need not hide things from children. When you say it's private parts, we need to use the word for these boys and girls. They need to understand what it means and how it is. We also need to tell, I'm also telling you as children, you listen to this. There's nothing like, it's, say when a boy sleeps with a girl, what if he sleep beside? Okay, and then it happened that, so there's something called the sexual intercourse means a man and a woman having to put the man's private part into the woman's private part, the girl's private part. So the boy's private part goes into the girl's private. That's sexual intercourse. So there's nothing like hiding from you, saying when you sleep. So there was a girl, for example, the parent had told her, the mother had told her, if you sleep with anybody, you're going to get pregnant. And she's like, okay. And so she told the boy that wanted to have his way with her. Oh, my mother said, if we sleep together, I'm going to get pregnant. So I don't want to sleep with you. And the boy said, don't worry. And so the boy, who is a very nasty, silly boy, who was very corny, made sure that he had sexual intercourse with the girl without lying on the bed. So they didn't sleep together. And the girl got pregnant. So you need to understand that when your parents tell you something about this, it's real. Okay, and when somebody does anything unpleasant to you, you must report it. Don't protect anybody. Don't say, oh, he's a very respectable man. For example, Dr. Olajebi, you know him, he's a very respectable man. He has done this. Oh, let me protect him. Don't protect him. There's no need to protect him. Speak about it, go and report it. If it has to be reported to the police, go and report it. You know, when my daughter was still very young, around 2, 3, 4, I told her, nobody should touch you anywhere. You know, and even me, your father, if I touch you here or there, you have to speak up. Even me. And then people were like, but you will not do that. Okay. So that she will know that it's so bad, it is not. You can say, oh, maybe it's brother. Because your daddy's friend is like your dad, your daddy's brother is like your dad. So even your dad, I told her, so she knows, or she needs from them. So you must know that also when people want to do something bad to you, they try to befriend you. When you see an adult trying to be nice to you, gives you things, and that's why your parents will tell you when adults give you things, you should report it to your parents. So an adult gives you biscuits, take it to your parents and say, oh, daddy, so person gave me this biscuit, so person gave me this sweet, so person gave me this drink. Because there's something called grooming. When some people want to have their way with you, they will be giving you nice things to make you comfortable and make you see them as being nice until they get across to you. So you should also tell your parents, even when somebody is being nice to you, so they can thank the person. So if the person wants to be nice to you so that it can be bad to you later, then when you tell your parents that your parents can be grateful to that person, the person knows that everything that happens between you and him, you tell your parents, and the person is not going to do just anything. So please, when daddy says, don't take this thing except you tell me, don't take that thing except you tell me, mommy tells you too, please tell your father, tell your mother when anybody gives you something. Because sometimes, even someone thinks they'll give you, sometimes they may put drug in it. Something that will make you feel sleepy as a boy, as a girl, and they have their way. They can molest you. So please tell your father about your friends. Tell your father, your mother about the people that are not your friends. They're adults, but they are doing good to you. Tell your parents about them. Because sometimes they are doing good so that they can do bad to you later. Now, as Children, you should be able to talk to your parents. If your mother doesn't listen, or your father doesn't listen, look for the other one that listens, that will listen, because you can't suffer in silence. Your parents are to protect you. I'm hoping that the parents that are also listening will know what to do as per protecting their children. You cannot protect your brother or your sister that has molested your child and destroy your own child's life. Well, that's adult. If you molest a child, it's going to molest more children if you protect him or her. Don't say, I don't want I don't want the family tie to be broken. That's not breaking family tie. That is making sure that the law of Allah deals with the person that has done bad. Any adult that defiles a child must be dealt with and dealt with well. You don't protect the person. There's no need. Even Allah says, don't let there be mercy in your heart for this kind of people. They must be dealt with. Okay? Then, very quickly, when schools are hiring teachers and other staff, they must do background check to know that they don't have criminal records. Because people that have criminal records, when they work in the school, they can still molest more children. And we need to keep doing awareness, orientation for young people so that we can protect them from the evil of this menace of molestation. So, essentially, I've talked about having the mindset to protect yourself. You must have confidence in yourself. You must know that when your parents tell you things, you should listen. And when people do good to you, you should tell your parents about it so that your parents can be grateful to them. One. On the other side is, in case they want to do something bad to you, also, your parents are aware that some social person is doing something for you. And those people too, we know, their parents know they are doing something for you. You have to be prayerful, finally. You must be prayerful, always pray to Allah. When you're doing adhkar in school or at home, please join them in doing adhkar. The adhkar is meant to protect you. You cannot protect yourself. You can do some things for yourself so that evil will not reach you. But Allah is the ultimate protector. And so you have to pray to Allah. May Allah make it easy for you to be excellent children. May Allah protect you from all harm. May Allah sanitize our community. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Who's this? Okay, please, about to your uncle.
That's a very big example of our lecture. Because we really learned a lot, and may Allah make this may Allah make it beneficial for every one of us.
Amen.
Amen.
Now we want to say Jazakumullahu khairan to our engineer Shakiruddin Salah, representing the Commissioner of the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development of Ogun State. And also we say Jazakumullahu khairan to Mrs. Saratu Salahu, the representative of Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, for the goodwill they gave us earlier.
Now, we want to say a little Quran quiz. Number one, the Quran consists of dash chapters. Number two, which chapter was read at the beginning of this webinar session?
Please kindly go to YouTube channel and post and go to the comment section and put your answer there. Please number it.
Number three, the longest verse of the Quran is. The longest verse of the Quran is dash. Record again. The longest verse of the Quran is dash. Number 4. How many times did Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam name mentioned in the Quran? How many times the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam name was mentioned in the Quran?
Please kindly go to the TYMa YouTube channel and put your answer in the comment section.
Number 5. How many chapters begin with Tabiraka in the Quran? Number 5. How many chapters begin with Tabaraka in the Quran? Let me remind you. How many chapters begin with Tabaraka in the Quran?
Kindly go to the TYMa YouTube channel and go to the comment section and put your answer there. And please put it according to the number you have scored.
Number 6. Which chapter of the Quran has no Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim? Which chapter of the Quran has no Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim? Number 7. How many chapters of the Quran begins with Kul? How many chapters of the Quran begins with Kul? Number 6. Which chapter of the Quran has no Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim? Which chapter of the Quran has no Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim? Number 7. How many chapters of the Quran begins with Kul? How many chapters of the Quran begins with Kul?
Kindly go to the TYMa YouTube channel and put your answer there. Now we will take a short machine.
No use crying while babies are dying, mothers are crying. Their containers have never ever been filled. I opened my eyes, began to see everything that's happening around me. Sabah and sugar are wonderful things. The praises to Allah we should always sing. Sabah and sugar are wonderful things. The praises to Allah we should always sing. Sabah and sugar are wonderful things. The praises to Allah we should always sing. When things go right, it's from Him, not me. And when they are wrong, we get through patiently.
Back to our Quran, please. Number 8. Every surah name can be found in surah except 2. Every surah name can be found in surah except number 9. Which chapter was named after a battle of the prophet? Which chapter was named after a battle of the prophets?
Kindly go to the TYMa YouTube channel and put your answer in the comment section.
Number 10. It is compulsory for a Muslim to read Surah dash during Salah. Number 10. It is compulsory for a Muslim to read Surah dash during Salah. Question 11. Prophet Muhammad has how many children? Number 11. Prophet Muhammad has how many children?
Kindly go to the TYMA YouTube channel and put your answer in the comment section. And please don't forget to number it accordingly.
Number 12. The key to paradise is dash. The key to paradise is dash. Number 13. Dash is considered half of faith. Dash is considered half of faith. Number 14. Muslim must face dash while performing salat. Number 14. Muslim must face dash while performing salat. Number 15. How many prophets were mentioned in the Quran? Number 15. How many prophets were mentioned in the Quran?
Please kindly go to the TYMA YouTube channel and put your answer in the comment section. Kindly go to the TYMA YouTube channel and put your answer in the comment section. Now we take a short nasheed.
All across ocean, incumbent on all men is the pilgrimage to Mecca, fifth pillar of Islam, in the footsteps of Muhammad, the last prophet of Allah. Bow down and praise Allah. First side of the Kaaba. Break down and praise the path, this journey from far to the city of Makkah, to strengthen what we believe in, the void we undertake, yeah, the echo in the wind, labbaik Allahumma labbaik. Bow down and praise Allah. First side of the
Àwọn fẹ́ bá parí ó ti ṣe tán náà, àbálẹ̀ pé nípa ṣùgbọ́n wọlé nínú. Ṣé àti táyà wọn? Ó ti parí àṣẹ ìyẹn wọn. That's all. It is so
conviction in our hearts, crying out to the heavens on the plains of Arafat, standing proud beside my brother, silent and Mustafa.
We can see a lot of responses coming in on YouTube. Thank you for those responses. Now we're going to go to the next thing on the agenda, which is the information. And the person who will be giving us the information is Dr. Muslimuddin Ulewa, the former national coordinator of the Young Muslim Association.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. We give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who made it possible for us to have this year a webinar. We appreciate all our invited guests. We say Jazakumullahu khairan. And to all our viewers at home in Nigeria and overseas, we say Jazakumullahu khairan for being part of us. This is another edition, and we pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept it as ibadah for us. Inshallah, tomorrow is another day. As usual, we're going to have our walk, and our work is going to take place in Lagos State, Ogun State, Osun State, Oyo State, Kwara State, and of course at Abuja. So we're going to have our work as usual, and in the morning we will have our children coming out to protest against child abuse. And we'll also create awareness that child abuse, child molestation must stop. Inshallah, for Lagos State, we are going to assemble at Ikeja under bridge in front of Ikeja local government by 8 o'clock a.m. Inshallah, the Lagos State venue of convergence is Ikeja under bridge in front of Ikeja local government secretariat by 8 o'clock a.m. Inshallah, we're expecting all our Muslim children to be part of us, male and females. You are welcome. And our parents also can also join us to be part of the awareness. We pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make this year another fruitful one that will show the world that child abuse, child molestation must stop, because children are our future, and we have to love them, to take them as a beautiful gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that deserves our protection. We pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us part of the event tomorrow. You're highly welcome, as we'll be expecting you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, and Jazakumullahu khairan for that short information. So the next thing on our agenda is to have closing prayer, and the closing prayer is going to be given by a vote of time by chairman, organization committee, Comrade Drusi Mitisa, Mushin Zona coordinator. Bismillah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. We give thanks to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Lord of the world, the beneficent, the merciful, who has made it possible for each and every one of us to be here today and to be alive. I would like to use this opportunity to thank each and every one of us that have been part of this program from the beginning. First of all, I would like to appreciate our national coordinator in person of Dr. Abigeni Adiloko, who has been with us at the webinar since we started the program. We really appreciate your concern, Doctor. We really appreciate everything. Likewise, I would also like to appreciate the Minister for Women Development of the Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, in person of Mrs. Priya Kinde Bulus, who was ably represented by two directors, Ms. Saratu Salawu and Ms. Uzainatu Jimon. The minister, we really appreciate your concern, madam. We, on behalf of the children of TYM, we thank you very much for giving us the response. Likewise, the representatives, Mrs. Saratu and Mrs. Susanna, we really appreciate your concern too. We thank you, and by next year, we hope to see more of you. And likewise, we also want to appreciate our keynote speaker in person of Engineer Shakiruddin Salam, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Physical Planning, who came to represent the Honorable Commissioner of Physical Planning from Ogun State. Engineer, we really appreciate your concern for coming to the program, and we hope to see more of you next year also. Likewise, the last but not the least, our lecturer, Dr. Abdul Fattah Olajobi, for giving us the lecture on child molestation. Every child deserves your protection. We really appreciate you for the beautiful presentation you have given to our children, and we thank you very much for that. And by next year also, if we call you, we want you to give us a good response. And lastly, we also want to appreciate our executive, the National Working Committee of the Young Muslim Association of Nigeria, for their support, for their concern, all the zonal coordinators. We really appreciate each and every one of us. Likewise, I want to appreciate our committee members that have contributed since we started since the inauguration of the committee. They have been working tirelessly, morning, day, and night. So I appreciate each and every one of us for our concern. The Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Taala crown our effort with success. So just as it has been announced to each and every one of us, the next program is tomorrow, which is the sensitization work that will take place at Ikeja. For the people in Lagos State, while it will also take place in other states, in Ogun State, in Oyo State, in Osun State, in Oyo, Kwara, and Abuja. So for those of us that are listening to us, we want us to join and participate in the program tomorrow, where the program will take place. So we'll be expecting each and every one of us at the program. So the last but not the least, which is the advocacy program, that one will take place in all schools in the states that we have mentioned, in Lagos, Osun, Ogun State, Oyo, Kwara State, and Abuja. So we are going to have a sensitization talk with all the children in the schools that we have written letters to. So those of us that are hearing this, we want us to participate in the program also. So lastly, we want to appreciate, give thanks to Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, the Lord of the world, the beneficent, the merciful, who has made it possible for us to start the program today. And we pray to Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Taala to accept it from us as an act of ibadah, to plan our efforts, to make it beneficial for each and every one of us. And the next one is by the year 2025. Year 2025. So we hope to see each and every one of us at the program. So to all, I say, Jazakumullah khairan. Thank you very much.
He rejected the way of worshiping God's Prophet Ibrahim that Allah was near, and that the heart of the Muslim is sincere, and that the heart of the Muslim, he declared God is one, though with stone.